Gotcha.
So yeah, that's something I do. And then other things I do in the classroom include verbal praise, high fives. When it was not COVID time, hugs.
Uh-huh.
And that high five, same thing with that. Hand
Right.
stamps, stars, stickers, things that I would just give randomly for appropriate behavior. I'll just try to catch somebody doing something right.
Gotcha.
And then I always have kind of rewarded kids for random acts of kindness that are caught, either by myself or and one of the instructional assistants.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes I'll have kids say, "Oh, I helped pick up all the trash on the floor." I'll say, "Great, thank you. Well, do I get a sticker?" Well, no, I have to catch you doing it. I don't because you want to do it. It's a kind thing to do.
Right.
And then sometimes whose students are especially helpful and really good at the end of the week, if they've really been kind to other people all week, I might send home, I have little stickers that say I've been caught being good. And they'll go home with that sticker on, and so they probably get some praise from the parents too.
I love that.
So, I kind of do a lot of different things in the classroom, but it's kindergarten and, it's almost like you got to have a bag full of tricks.
Yeah. Well, no, I love it. I haven't seen you in action, but it sounds like your classroom is so engaging. Shadowing you would be the best with your with your fluid, like flip chart, like you said, like I like how, students can redeem themselves. It's not like cut, like, I can't think of the word. It's not set in stone. Sorry. They can redeem themselves. And then I love the random acts of kindness and everything. No, that's awesome. Well,
okay.
No, I love it. So, for question number 4, why is it important to collaborate with professional peers to further student success?
Wow, I would say that collaborating with other teachers, it ensures that you're always growing as an educator, and that and it's one of the best ways that I know to further student success. When I first started in the district where I work, we did not have collaboration. There was no built-in collaboration time.
Really?
Now, I would plan with another teacher. We were buddies, and sometimes I was friends with the others, and I kind of see what they were doing. But it wasn't the same as having a dedicated collaboration time. Mm-hmm. Eventually, our district did start having a dedicated collaboration time. We do it once a week, and it's set in stone, and we always know that we're going to meet as a team. Each team member I've found has different experiences and different expertises and curriculum ideas to share. One of the things that we regularly talk about, well, several things that we regularly talk about is kind of like ongoing on our list. Behavior issues, students who are low, those who are bright but they're not motivated.
Right.
And those who need to be challenged more. They're bright and motivated, and they want something else to do. So we will usually brainstorm as a team and talk about different students, but not in a bad way, in a good way. How can we help them to succeed? What other ideas? Sometimes we try. Sometimes we will. I'll realize after we talk. Oh, yeah, I used to do that. I don't know why I forgot. I don't know why I haven't been doing it lately. So sometimes it just kind of brings it full circle. I mean, after so many years, you've tried a lot of different things. Right. And I'm like, oh yeah, I just didn't think about it this week. Sometimes if a student is challenging, it might be hard to think on the fly. Right. So we kind of really help each other out a lot on that.
I like that.
And then when we try these activities, we revisit it the following week during our next collaboration to see how it went. And to see, oh, yep, that worked, we're happy with it. Okay, what else could we do?
Awesome.
So, yeah. And we also, when we collaborate, we also kind of plan our units together, and we all bring ideas in. And we don't all do the same thing, but we all share what we're doing, so that if somebody says, oh, I love that, I want to try it, then sure, here's a copy.
Well, that's awesome.
And we kind of all work together in that regard.
That's all. No, I love that sense of camaraderie that, you're kind of explaining, and how, it's very supportive, which is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's very helpful too, I'm sure. So, no.
Yeah, and I worked in another district that did it too, and it was I was new to that district, and they did things very different from how I had done it before. So I found I was a seasoned teacher, but new to that state, a different state, and the way they did things, and I learned from them, even though I had been teaching a long time.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
That's awesome. You're always learning. I love that. That's sweet.
Yeah. That's what we want from our kids to do, is be lifelong learners.
Right. There you go. There you go. Okay. So number 5. So in class, we're studying different learning theories, and one of them is the learner-centered environment. So learner-centered environments incorporate diagnostic teaching methods. So using this tactic, educators listen and evaluate student perceptions, and in return, they offer students counter perspectives to expand their knowledge or their worldview on that particular subject. So why do you believe this form of instruction is important in developing critical analysis skills within students?
Okay. It's more than just providing information or teaching skills, since students and teachers work together kind of to establish a positive learning environment. Since it focuses on the student concerns, creating short and long-term goals, it involves them in the decision-making and process or in problem solving, and that helps to develop critical skills. I do this at the beginning of the year, with coming up with our classroom rules. We do them together as a class, and now I kind of guide them where I hope that we will go.
Right.
Because kindergartners could say anything,
Right.
so I kind of try to guide it. But because they've been part of the process, they're invested in it, and I find that we get that gives them a high degree of student engagement. And a lot of times I'll go back over the rules later, and the kids will tell me every little, like one of our rules might be keep your hands and feet to yourself. And so we talk about that, and the kids will tell me every little thing. Well, that means no poking, no pulling hair, no kicking somebody that's beside you. Oh, you better not get in their spot.
Right.
So we they love to talk about it, even if it's something, when eventually we might just talk about it once a week, just as kind of a reminder. And then maybe it's a little bit less, but they really buy into it.
Awesome.
And depending on what it is, it can be an individual or collaborative or large group work. I think students, when they have some opportunity to work at their own pace and explore things and interest that helps them. One of the activities that I do during the year is I give them a project where students do a informational text writing, and we actually have like a task or a benchmark per se, where they will write a paper on something. And after we've done this, so we've already learned all about informational text. We've already learned to basically write, quote unquote, a mini report about something. They've done their own. At the end of the year, I have them do, I think it's called a diorama, but basically where they create a shoebox, and they will put whatever they want to in it, or some kind of, and whatever, I let them choose. Okay, choose an animal. Any animal that you want to write a paper about. You're going to write informational text about this animal. And I will have them draw a picture of it and then write a story about it. And then they do their little shoebox. And it is amazing how much work and effort the kids put into it, because they get to choose what they want to do. And when they get to choose, I've got anything from dinosaurs to stingrays. I just did some really cool things.
That's really
the kids
cool.
think up, and then they get into it. And then what I do is let them share. And because they have, get to share with other students, they just really, try even harder. So the kids do the majority of the work and the majority of the talking on that. and the kids really like seeing what each other does, and they all try to kind of just do a great job. And let's see, back to that learner-centered play.
Yeah, no.
This kind of instruction too can, I think it can lead to multiple forms of feedback and in demonstrating of learning. You can have them orally tell you something. You can have them write something. You can have them explain something to another person. It just lends itself to the kids taking a role in it. Another thing that I do with the kids kind of along this manner, and I don't do this until later in the year, but after we've kind of finished the majority of stuff, like the last, say, 3 or 4 weeks of school, we do a unit about every week or every 2 weeks on something. We study bats and owls, and we do a family unit. We learn about penguins and polar bears. But by the end of the year, I ask the class what they want to do, and we will take polls, and then we will vote on it. And so the last few weeks, that's what we do each week. We'll do something that the kids have decided. And of course, I make all the activities fit our standards, but because they had a say in it, the kids, I see that they really take ownership.
Yeah.
And it also kind of the instruction and the culture and the classroom environment, I find that it kind of reflects the diversity in our classroom or the diversity of the students because they are picking it. They talk about it. First, I have them meet in groups. I have 4 tables, so I will have each group meet and talk with it. Then I have them go talk to a partner, and they collaborate about which one they would choose. And then we talk about it as a group, and then I have them vote. And it's just amazing to see how much then they really they're super excited about it.
Yeah.
One year we did Pete the Cat, and I was not planning on doing Pete the Cat, but that's what they wanted to do because I had recently read a Pete the Cat book that they loved. So, I'm at home trying to figure out new activities for Pete the Cat, but they loved it. It's kind of.
I love that. That's awesome. And I love how you give them, they're kindergartners, so they're brand new to school, but, you're making it, fun for them by giving them, options and choices and letting them decide what they want to do. So, it's their first year of school, if they hadn't gone to preschool, and you're creating learning you're teaching them in a way that makes learning so much fun. And then, they're learning from others by sharing their ideas and sharing their products. So I really like that. I really like that. If I teach kindergarten, I might steal some of your methods.
You're welcome to. They probably work for most other grade levels too. Unless you're told some districts have everybody do the same thing at a certain time. Ours gives us a little more leeway because, the teachers are good and we perform well on all the tests that they require.
Well, that's good. No, that's a good sign.